I got some new games. Oh, what a glorious day.
Hey YouTube, Jim here. First of all, I want to say an absolutely massive thank you to Jim, Kid Shuriken. I was going to point up there and I was going to point in the doohickey down below, but there's simply no need because you are watching his channel right now. Thank you so much, mate, for asking me to be a part of your channel during your absence. Now, I think it's safe to say that if you watch Jim's channel, it means you have a penchant, a love of, Japanese video game culture. So I thought, why waste this audience? I want to ask a question that's been on my mind for years, mainly because, I think those of us who are big into sort of retro video games, of my generation at least, have thought this at one point or another. The PC Engine, you've already read the title. Never mind. The PC Engine, would it have been successful in the West? Now, if you don't know what the PC Engine is, shame on you. But if you do, montage! Yeah, this game is something you need in your life, in your face. It's sexorific. I have no idea where that came from. Right, I wonder if I can do the standard thing you can always do. I should shut up. Really fucking gonna get spanked in a minute. Ooh. Oh shit. I hate this bit. Right, so what am I in? I'm in punch. Look at it, it looks absolutely... Looks amazing. Look, I'm panicking already. That's what I mean, right? That looks really, really basic, but you don't get any of that on Mega Drive. Right, so you got two weapons. Oh, why's the missile on that button? You got Vulcans and you got lock-on missiles. Right, come on. Oh, there we go, level 1. So this is a dragon. Oh, I love the noise it makes when he fires his fireballs. That's actually pretty impressive, I think. Right. How do you get this much hardware downtown? Do you know what I mean? At some point people must have started to notice that there was a trickle of tanks and shit coming into their town. Alright, hang on, look at them fucking getting absolutely ass spanked right away. Oh, that works. Dynamite, I do remember that. It's like a power effect, isn't it? Why is it always fruit in these games? Look at this little frisky prick mind. Shit. The PC Engine was released on October the 30th in 1987 in Japan. It was a joint venture between NEC and Hudson Soft. It's an 8-bit system with a 16-bit graphics processor. Absolutely love it. Look at it. From a design perspective, it's minimalistic. It's brilliant. It's chic. It's one of my favourite looking consoles of all time, and it was hugely successful. It's partly the reason that the Mega Drive came in third in Japan. Also, many people didn't really consider the Mega Drive that much of a step up over this, and I don't blame them. I absolutely love and adore the PC Engine. So it does beg the question, which is why I want to ask it here on Jim's channel. Would this have taken off in the West if they released it as it was, right off the bat in the early days? Now, I've had an argument with mates before and they said it was released in the West and it absolutely tanked. That ain't a PC Engine. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love and adore the Turbo Grafix, but it ain't a PC Engine. I mean, the Turbo Grafix tanked. I think you could safely say there were a number of things against it. Kind of late to the party, poorly sort of promoted and advertised, and it wasn't universally available across North America. The games weren't available everywhere. I've talked to people about this in the States, and when I was there, on holiday or on vacation, I should say, as a child, yeah, it was very odd where the Turbo Grafix was sold. It wasn't like a universal release. As I said, don't get me wrong, I love it, but does it need to be this big? Seriously? It's like the reverse TARDIS. I mean, look at that, direct comparison. Wow. I mean, what's going on there? Now, at least in the United Kingdom, the PC Engine was very, very sort of, people were very aware of it, I should say, because thanks to magazines like CVG and Meme Machines, when the new era of gaming came out, I want to say the 16-bit era, but this ain't 16-bit, but you know what I mean. Yeah, the next generation of gaming at the time came out. The Mega Drive and the PC Engine were heavily, promoted and mentioned in it, and there are numerous articles about them, and yeah, so everyone in the UK, I think it's safe to say, knew what the PC Engine was. I think it's odd that a console that wasn't available in the UK was so sort of, heavily familiar with people. I saw one of them once in the wild as a child in a shop downtown in Bristol called the Model Shop, and they had it, you know, because it was heavily imported, they had it behind the counter, and me and all my mates at the time, we just drawled it. It just went, oh, it's a PC Engine, I love you. It was, you know, there's no denying it was cool back in the day. One of my fondest memories back in the day is a kid at school, Matt Watson, oh, I shouldn't say surnames, was so disappointed that his dad ordered him a PC Engine for Christmas, yeah, and it arrived a week or so before, opened it up, and he was so, he looked at it and said, it's so small. I'm not paying that much money for something that small. Sent it back and bought him an Amiga, and he was gutted. And it's funny because I've you know, talked to him after this event. He was just like, oh my god, things would have been so different if I had a PC Engine. But yeah, it was. I mean, my brother had one as well. He imported one as a kid. You know, when I had my Mega Drive, he had a PC Engine. There's no denying. Even though I love it more so now, you know, I loved it back in the day, but why wasn't it released in the UK? I absolutely don't understand why. I think it could have been a real contender to the Mega Drive if it was released round about the same time. They didn't leave it straggling like the Turbo Grafix and kind of pumped it out as an afterthought. You know, let's be honest, Mean Machines and CVG pretty much did most of the advertising for this console. You know, it pretty much would just basically turn up and just said, hi, I'm a PC Engine, I'm here, and everyone just go, I am familiar with your work, said PC Engine. So I honestly don't know why it wasn't released in the UK, but I honestly do think it would have been a proper contender. And if it came out in the UK, you know, and it did well, then where would we be now? Would there be subsequent, you know, models of the PC Engine? I'm not, you know, like, not the Super Graphics, that train wreck, which, although I haven't said I would absolutely love one, but never mind. You know, if it was, you know, because the UK is a pretty important market, you know, and obviously Europe is a pretty important market, I should say. So if it did get released, it was successful, where would we be now? You know, would there be, you know, current generation NEC consoles? I don't know. I honestly think that it's one of the greatest wasted opportunities ever that they didn't release the PC Engine properly in the West. As I said, I don't mean the Turbo Grafix, although having said that, if the Turbo Grafix was handled properly, released a little bit earlier, promoted better, and had a better distribution of, you know, the system and the games, then that might have succeeded. But hey, this is about the PC Engine, not the Turbo Grafix. But yeah, the PC Engine. I honestly think that this, you know, was an absolutely wasted golden opportunity. So I want to ask you a question, you know. Do you think the PC Engine could have been popular in the West? I mean, I think, though, as I said, those of us of my generation have always long held the thought that, you know, like I said, what a wasted opportunity. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think, you know. I honestly think PC Engine, oh, NEC, you really missed the boat on this one. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Please go and subscribe to Jim, even though you're on his channel. Never mind. But yeah, also Jim, thank you so much for asking me to be a part of your channel during your hiatus. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.